It's my first video ever, so super nervous. My name is Chris, and I own a company called Joint Fitness LLC. Um, I work with people who basically struggle to get into the gym for a variety of reasons. Time, they've got kids, they don't have time to get to the gym because they don't have childcare, or people who work too much. They've got a busy work schedule, and that lifestyle just doesn't loan itself to getting to the gym very often. Um, you've got people who have a negative self-image or don't have the knowledge that they need to exercise when they do get to the gym, or don't even want to set foot in the gym if they have a negative self-image of themselves. Uh, self-image. You've got people who don't have the funds for a traditional personal trainer. Someone who works at a brick and mortar training company or gym. So what I do is I bring all the equipment. I bring the gym to the client. So all the equipment, I have program ready for them, warm-ups and cool-downs, strength training. We do core exercises. We do high-intensity interval training. I don't. The only thing that's missing is a gym atmosphere, and sometimes we'll try to turn on some music, do something like that to make that a little bit more real. But yeah, so basically, I work with people in and around Kitsap County, and this really started for me from like a desire to give back to this community that I work with. I work with a lot of addicts in recovery, and that's my story, and I'm sure I'll tell it at some point. But yeah, I work with a community of people who really have never had the opportunity to train before. A lot of people don't really know how to take care of themselves as far as health and fitness goes. How to eat right, how to work out, how to exercise, how much to exercise, what the right movements are, what the right forms are, stretching, all those things. It's just never been part of their lifestyle. We were out using. You don't really think about stretching and exercising and stuff like that. You're just thinking about the next day, how you're going to survive. And fitness is super important in recovery. Basically, right, like you've gone from having this altered chemical reaction in your brain caused by drugs that's been giving you the endorphins and the serotonin, all that stuff that your body's been needing and craving, and that's why it's so hard to quit drugs. It's because they give you that rush that you're craving, and eventually it becomes just a maintenance thing, and you need it. Your body needs it just to feel normal. Basically, exercise. I heard this from Dr. Lane Norton on one of his podcasts he did, the Huberman Labs. He says exercise is the one thing that you can do that even if you don't lose any weight, all your biomarkers will improve. So, it's great for chronic health disease prevention. So, like diabetes, cancer, you've got cardiovascular disease prevention. You've got better utilization of nutrition, so like your body's going to need the correct nutrition. You got better utilization of the oxygen in your body. Your heart has to work less hard to pump the same amount of blood as you get more fit and more conditioned. You've got lean muscle mass building, so lean muscle takes more energy to upkeep, so you're going to have to eat, to maintain that. There are not very many things that exercise does not benefit, especially in regards to recovery. So yeah, I just wanted to make that type of fitness and health knowledge more accessible to the people who really need it. Like I hear in meetings that people are struggling with weight gain, and people are struggling with not knowing how to take care of themselves in the right way. Like you quit using drugs and all of a sudden you gain 67, or well, not 67 pounds, but 20, 30 pounds, and you're overweight and you don't know how to deal with it, and it just compounds and builds from there. You've just got all these things that are going against these people who are in the hardest time of their life, right? Like they're trying to change their life for the better, and like do something with themselves. And it's such a disappointment to see yourself so negatively in that moment. And so yeah, like that to me, like giving back to that community, because they've always supported me and been there for me, is very important. And that's where Joint Fitness really got started. Was just wanting to give back to a community. I saw a need, and I wanted to help in that area. I knew how to exercise. I worked with a trainer when I was like 23. He was my roommate, and I credit him for like literally getting me into fitness and exercise in the first place. So yeah, this really was something that like my whole life I have been interested and passionate about, and then I saw a need in a community that I was also passionate about, and I figured, I can merge these two passions and turn into something else. And so initially I started working at a Crunch Fitness, and they were like, yeah, we're going to start you with some clients right away, even though you don't have your cert yet. Just go, start trying to get your cert, and we'll set you up with clients, and you can get started and understand how we do things. And I never saw a client. After I had almost been certified, I'd been there for like 3 or 4 months, and I was, halfway through the certification booklet, and I was, or the textbook, and like I hadn't seen a client yet. I was doing front desk work, and I saw that how much they were charging the clients, and even with my certification, like the max that I could make. And it's just like, they're half an hour sessions, like $90, and I'd only see 25 of it. Like, I felt like I could, plus like nobody I knew could afford that. I couldn't afford that. Training has always been geared towards people who can afford it. And I understand why, right? They've got traditional trainers have overhead, massive overhead, especially like depending on the area you're in. If you're in a high traffic area, you're going to have massive overhead. So they have to charge higher rates, but I saw a place where I could pass on savings to clients through having no overhead, or very low overhead. I basically my only variable cost is my price, my gas, right? I own all my equipment. I bring my equipment with me, and yeah, gas prices is just all I factor that into it, and then the rest is for me. So I can pass on savings to customers, and I do. I look at my prices compared to other people's, and it's easily half as much. And it's just, I just feel like the people who have not had that opportunity to have a trainer who will focus on them. Like I've talked to other trainers, and they've warned me about like working with people who aren't able to pay, and that's the people that I want to work with. So I basically left Crunch, started my own business, and I have, just a few clients, just 6 clients, 1, 2, 3, 4 of which are in recovery, 2 are not. I've worked with one other person that wasn't in recovery, but yeah, outside of that, I try to target myself to people who traditionally would lack access to a trainer, and that's what really Joint Fitness is. It's like working with these people to achieve their goals. So yeah, follow me along, follow along with this journey. I will hopefully post more, and I'll see how things go. I'll be doing probably workout videos, especially like very, very tight space workout videos. Like I work out in my house, or in my room, which is like extremely small, right? Like I do not have a lot of room in here, but I can get great workouts in. I have resistance bands that I attach to the door. I've got a TRX system that I can put on the door if I want to. I do a lot of calisthenics. I do a lot of dumbbell work, kettlebell work. So I'll be posting workouts. My workouts for maybe client workouts if they agree to it. And then we'll be doing exercise theory and just kind of going along with what it's like to start a business, and especially a training business. I've been kind of following over after a kind of smarter, kind of healthy, kind of smart trainer education, something like that. But they're really great, and I really like the way that he kind of incorporates how to run your business, because that's been a really difficult part of having my own being a solopreneur. Is like, I don't have a mentor. Well, I mean, I do, but we don't meet as much as I should, and so I don't really have a lot of people to bounce ideas off of. So I use like Reddit, and I use ChatGPT a lot to kind of like do my research for me, right? That's amazing at doing research. It's absolutely the most amazing thing in the world. But yeah, so I'll be posting workout types, like how to do how-to videos for exercises that aren't in any of the apps that I use for my clients. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you around.